Alright, come back here.
No, I'm not coming up.
Stay in the car.
Stop.
Come back here.
Hold on. We'll call a lawyer. We will call a lawyer. We will call a lawyer.
For most athletes, the only battles they expect to fight happen, say, on the basketball court. But for one college star, her toughest matchup wasn't against a rival team. It was against the law. This is the story of how a routine traffic stop led to the messy, defiant arrest of a VSU basketball player who believed her star status could rewrite the rules of the road. Alright, so this incident unfolds on Route 460 in Isle of Wight County, Virginia. A sheriff's deputy pulls over a car for doing 68 in a 55. Nothing crazy, just a routine traffic stop. But here's the twist. The driver is Shanice Vaughn, a VSU basketball player who's about to make this stop a whole lot messier than it needed to be.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. What
I'm deaf.
What? Man, be quiet. Hello?
You got your driver's license
No, I
registration?
ain't got nothing. What am I being pulled over for?
I got mine. What's up?
Okay, you were doing 68.
No,
we
it was
was
not.
doing,
Y'all was doing 60.
50.
Okay, I'm gonna need your driver's license.
No. You got to call somebody because I wasn't speeding.
Ma'am,
wasn't speeding.
don't make this harder than what it has to be.
I wasn't speeding, bro. You
I got it on camera.
You
Sorry, if
came
wanna
around
see.
me. We got everything on recording, bro.
Yeah.
You came around me. We
Okay.
do on YouTube, bro. You
Okay, I'm gonna
you turned.
Okay.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm gonna need your driver's license, ma'am.
No.
It's TZ.
Is that your driver's license?
Yes,
No,
it's mine.
I need her. She's driving.
It's, okay, but I was driving too.
No, you weren't, ma'am.
We
You're in
just
the back
switched
seat.
seats. We just switched seats.
Oh no.
So I was driving. We just switched seats.
Okay.
She hopped in the front and I'm in the back
no.
seat.
Oh no.
39 Central. I'm gonna need another unit.
Yeah, you are going to need another.
The deputy walks up, asks for her license like usual, and Vaughn instantly pushes back. She's not reaching for her ID, she's asking questions. You can already feel it. This isn't gonna be one of those quiet, polite traffic stops. Her whole energy? Suspicious, defensive, ready to argue when the deputy calmly repeats,
Is that your driver's license?
Yes, it's mine.
I need her. She's driving.
Okay, but I was driving too.
Vaughn and the passenger both start talking over him, almost like they're trying to outnumber the guy with noise alone.
Then why is there a holster on the...
We have a holster. We don't have a gun in the car. It's on the house.
I want to know why the fuck I was pulled over for.
He said we were doing 68, but you weren't because I was speeding, but I hopped in the back seat.
I'm about to call my coach right now.
You're calling your who?
Your attorney
Okay, that's
and
fine.
basketball coach.
That's fine.
Now here's where things go from routine to red flag. While they're arguing about who was actually driving, the deputy spots something on the passenger floorboard. A gun holster. No gun in sight yet, but that holster is enough to call for backup. Suddenly, this traffic stop just got a whole lot more serious and Vaughn is still refusing to hand over her ID. The deputy warns her straight up. Vaughn chooses handcuffs over a license. At this point, the speeding ticket isn't even the story anymore. This is about attitude, ego, and the quicksand you create when you decide to fight a traffic stop, like it's March Madness.
Do you have your driver's license
Yes,
on you,
I
miss?
do.
I'm
Yes, I
asking
do.
her. Don't get out right now, ma'am.
Yeah, I have my driver's
Don't get out right now.
For what
What
reason?
is you doing? What the
He's sitting here accusing us of
Hey,
speeding and I
stop!
didn't do nothing
Hello?
wrong.
Hey, coach. Hey, coach.
And then, the tension goes up a notch. The deputy's standing his ground, saying Vaughn needs to hand over her license or this whole thing ends in handcuffs. Vaughn is not having it. She keeps talking over him, calling this whole stop unfair, and you can already see that this is headed straight out of bounds.
Hey, coach. Hey, yo, I'm in a situation and police just pulled me over. I was driving on the road. He did a complete U-turn, like my car was identified in some bull and pulled me over and told me I was speeding. I wasn't speeding.
Vaughn starts demanding to see the radar that supposedly clocked her at 68 miles per hour. She's convinced the officer made it up, and she's ready to argue like this is some courtroom TV drama.
Ma'am.
I don't even know where I'm at. I'm driving hard.
Ma'am.
Meanwhile, the deputy's trying to explain that he's not required to show her anything. But Vaughn's not listening. She's locked into this, quote, prove it mindset, and every second, she's digging herself deeper.
Ma'am, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
I'm about an hour away.
39 Center. Run the RO for right now.
This is where Vaughn really starts amping it up. She's yelling about her coach, claiming he told her she has the right to see the radar anytime she's pulled over. You can tell this isn't her first argument with authority, but this deputy isn't her coach. And this isn't practice. The clock's running out on our chances to handle this the easy way.
Ma'am, let me tell you what's going to happen if you don't give me any ID. What's going to happen is you're going to go to jail for obstruction of justice,
Okay,
all right?
that's fine. I go to jail. I get a lawyer. It's cool. I go to jail.
By now, the deputy's patience is done. He lays it out clear. And Vaughn? She just doubles down. Talking about calling a lawyer, saying everything's on camera, like she's building a defense case right there in the car. She's so caught up arguing her rights, she doesn't see what's coming next. And this is where it finally snaps. Vaughn refuses to comply one last time. And that's it. The cuffs come out.
No, I'm not coming up.
Stay in the
Stop!
car.
Stop!
Come back here.
Hold on.
We got her.
I'm going to jail.
I got it.
Come back here.
I'm coming. Stop.
Look, cause she didn't do nothing. But listen, I don't.
Listen to me.
We didn't even do nothing.
Okay now.
No, it's not.
She's getting arrested right there on the side of the road. But even now, she's acting like this is still her show.
I want to call my lawyer. That's it.
You can't call your lawyer right now.
That's fine. I want to call my lawyer. Take me to jail. Natasha,
39, I
stop!
got one detained.
I'm a basketball player. Stop!
Talking about being a star athlete, demanding to make phone calls, and throwing out every legal threat she can think of. Spoiler alert, none of it works. Once Vaughn's in cuffs, the deputy shifts focus to the car itself because remember, earlier he spotted something that takes this way beyond speeding. There's a holster sitting right there on the passenger side floorboard, but no gun in sight. That's a problem. So now, this traffic stop isn't just about speeding or obstruction. Now they're talking weapons investigation.
So I think she's really intoxicated.
Okay.
As they search, things go from bad to worst for Vaughn and her friend in the passenger seat. Tucked under the seat, they find a loaded Sig Sauer .40 caliber handgun. That's the kind of discovery that instantly changes the tone of everything. And for Vaughn, this just became way bigger than speeding. The deputies aren't just worried about the gun itself, they want to know who it belongs to.
Miss, you want to give me your name?
I want to know why I was pulled over.
You were pulled over for doing 68 and a 55.
I want to see the speed radar.
Man, right there's my speed radar. You can see that there's nothing on it right now because I'm not moving and nobody else is moving in front.
My coach said y'all have a speed radar where y'all can give tickets for speeding. I want to see it.
We do have
I have a lawyer through the school of VSU. I play Division I basketball. You're not about to do this to me because I ain't doing wrong, man.
Listen,
Bro, it doesn't matter if you're going to take me to jail. Take me to jail.
I never said
I got a lawyer, bro.
Vaughn's still in the back of the cruiser, and the passenger? She's not exactly being helpful either. Everyone's pointing fingers, nobody's giving a straight answer, and the whole scene feels like it could spiral even more out of control at any second. Now, Vaughn starts changing her story, saying the gun's not hers, and trying to shift attention anywhere but on herself. It's classic panic mode. But the thing is, she was sitting right next to that holster, and the deputies are not buying the innocent act. At this point, the deputies shift their attention to Natasha Bowman, the passenger sitting next to Vaughn. And let's just say, Bowman's not exactly making this easy. She's slurring her words, acting agitated, and giving off all the signs that this stop is about to claim its second arrest. Bowman's trying to act like she's just along for the ride, but the deputies can smell alcohol coming off her before she even opens her mouth. That's when they decide to run her through a sobriety test to see if she's even fit to drive. The results? Not great. Meanwhile, Vaughn is still in the back seat, yelling through the window like she's arguing her case on live TV. She's shouting about her Division I basketball career, name-dropping her coach, and making sure everyone within earshot knows she's a star player at VSU.
What's your social?
Yeah, I'm not telling you nothing else, man. You heard whatever you needed to hear, bro.
But they didn't find you.
Man, they didn't find me, bro. I
Are
play for VSU. I'm one of the biggest basketball point guards in Division I basketball right now.
It's a whole performance, and honestly, none of it matters. She's in custody, and all the bragging in the world isn't going to change that.
I go to jail. I call a lawyer. I got money. I'm gonna call a lawyer. That's it.
When the deputies can't get a straight answer about whose gun it is, Vaughn flips her defense strategy again. Now it's all about calling her lawyer and refusing to cooperate with anything else. She's done talking, unless it's to her attorney, and Bowman is not helping herself either. Between the alcohol, the attitude, and the confusion over the gun, she's going to jail too. With both Vaughn and Bowman officially in custody, the deputies have had enough. Vaughn's still talking, still making a scene, and Bowman's not far behind. What started as a routine traffic stop has officially turned into a double arrest disaster. And at this point, nobody's winning, especially not Vaughn or Bowman. By the time they get to the station, the energy shifts. Vaughn's still talking, but now it's mixed with frustration and exhaustion. She's claiming this whole arrest is unfair, accusing the deputies of discrimination, and making it clear she thinks her status as a basketball player should mean something.
Miss Vaughn, you're not going to jail for speeding.
What if I want to tell?
Your charge is obstruction of justice.
Vaughn is told exactly why she's being charged. Obstruction of justice. The speeding ticket? That's almost an afterthought now. It's her refusal to identify herself and the non-stop arguing that locked her into this charge. Vaughn keeps pushing back, saying the deputy had no right to pull her over, no right to arrest her, and no right to refuse to show her the radar. But at this point, the argument is over.
Idiot, bro. Told your ass to come this way.
You want these on your feet? Okay. You can put the marker down.
So y'all stole my
Your
ring.
belt needs to come off too.
Y'all stole my ring money. I hope y'all.
As part of the booking process, Vaughn has to remove her jewelry and personal belongings. Even here, she's still holding court, talking about how none of this is legal and how her lawyer's going to make sure this all gets thrown out. But no matter how much she talks, the process keeps moving forward. Vaughn is officially booked and processed. Before being placed in the holding cell, Vaughn is searched again, this time by a female officer. She's still talking about her rights, her lawyer, her career. But none of that stops the deputies from finishing the process. They checked her for contraband, removed her remaining jewelry, and led her to her cell. With both Vaughn and Bowman now in custody, the incident is officially logged. The deputies note the gun discovery, the refusal to cooperate, and Vaughn's continued claim that this is all a misunderstanding fueled by a personal grudge. Whether or not that's true doesn't matter right now. What matters is that a traffic stop for speeding led to obstruction charges, a gun investigation, and 2 people spending the night in jail. No matter how fast you run on the court or how loud you argue, the law isn't a game, and Shanice Vaughn just learned that the hard way. 1 traffic stop, 2 arrests, and a gun investigation later. The scoreboard speaks for itself. Until we meet again, remember to stay safe and keep informed.